You've still got it, Ben.
So they're ever going to be a ring specialist. We had to build their blocks up, otherwise they just couldn't get up.
But unfortunately, you're not allowed to use 4 blocks in the final. Well, none of these lads will be anyway. But here we go then. So here's the top 8. We'll run you down there. There's Amir Ayat Saeed, then Alex Balandin. He's first at the European Championships back in 2012. Navarrete Zanetti, he's Olympic champion, was second at the World Championships back in 2011. He's the second highest qualifier. Who else to look out for there? Brandon Wynn, he's the USA rings champion. And Lu Yang, first at the World Championships. He qualified with the highest score. So he is almost like a young Cheng Yubing, that Chinese gymnast. Really, really looking forward to seeing him in action. So let's join Mitch Fenner and Christine Still.
Frenchman, Samir Ayat Saeed leads us off, and Saeed, brilliant European competition. Gold medalist he was earlier this year.
And shows what strength is all about. Quiet strength. Look at the shape of the body, dead straight. Shoulders cleanly down, just a tiny bit of a bobble, but that is impressive. Have to be able to swing as well as show the strength work, and here we go, there's the swing. Straight to hold. Have to be able to kill the swing and show the strength. That is the most difficult. And a super cross. And this is why these guys are specialists. Massive strength. Oh, just a little dip at the top of that swing. A very nice dismount. That little dip and that little hop, the only real errors there.
At this level, it's so close, and the Europeans 1/10 separated first from 8th. So those little errors could be very costly. He's the European champion. Some really strong guys in this final. And some of the strength positions were truly impressive. Shoulders well down, good body line. You need to swing without error as well. That's nice. Went into top planche from the Jonnessen. A couple of occasions, if we see it, was hooking the rings, and you can't do that. You have to be fully extended through the wrists. Good in the swallow position. This will be at least 3/10 and was he straight enough at the twisting stage. All those questions the judges will be answering. I'd say terrific ring worker, hugely strong. 15.5. That's the target. 6/8 difficulty, 8/7 execution. So there'll be lots of these finalists doing the maths now. Alexander Balandin. Now he's a master planner for these finals. He saves his best for the final every time. Balandin qualified with a 15.6. European champion in 2012. Second this year. I beg his pardon, second the year before in 2011. So he's had a silver and a gold in recent times at European level. Precision in the strength parts is what he's renowned for. Question, will he put a twist in the dismount? He's seen a 15.5 posted, so his decision might be not to twist. Lovely in the inverted cross. Circle to Maltese. Absolutely have to make sure 2 clear seconds at every hold. Feet dipping a little. Lovely swing in the Hummer, killed it for the Maltese, but look, was it long enough? Sparky double tuck. Missiles nicely into cross. Again, not absolutely secure, and I'm not sure he held that for 2 seconds. Will he twist or won't he? He did. Took a chance. A little skip backwards. Well, 15.5 is not easy with tiny errors. Might just have done it.
Well, this apparatus, the rings, is where most of the guys have pretty similar start values. And so really execution, how well you perform these moves, is going to be the key. He's a very stylish gymnast. Just as Mitch was saying, a few questions on the length of the holds. But really, toes beautifully pointed, body tight. Super full twist in that double straight. Looked easy. He's certainly delighted. So.
Went for the full twist. Realised that perhaps when he was on the rings it wasn't quite as exact as normal. Had to go for broke if he wants 15.5. That was that man's score, I'd say. And has the gamble paid off? Let's see now. 15.733. Alandin gone into the lead with a 6.9 difficulty.
Really upped his difficulty from qualification. That's 3/10 more. And that's a big difference on rings.
Navarrete Zanetti, Olympic champion. Now he got 15.733 in qualifying, so he's quite capable of nudging the landing off the top spot. Taking his time. Huge definition in the uprights, and that not the perfect start. But that's good. It lifts from rear scale into Maltese. It's got another couple of original elements in here. Circle to handstand, slightly overcooked, tiny errors. Oh, and that did dip. Recovering well, he made sure of that, and the cross. That inverted hang position sets up all the big swings. Double pike, and then on the intercross. Nicely done. Tell you what, he's done a very good second half of this competition. In this routine. So let's see. It's the first of the dismounts to be nailed, and he's excited about it. So he should be. That is crucial at this stage. 15.733 is out there in front.
Well, in qualification, he also posted a 6.9 difficulty score. So this is going to be very interesting. That is such a straight line, isn't it? Super control at the top of that swing. Really holds the body shape well. Look at that. Dead straight. And there, the very good high dismount, throws the rings away.
But hardly contain himself.
must have to be really pumped to use that maximum strength, and the relief and the release at the finish must be quite extreme.
London doing the rounds, shaking hands. 15.8, good enough. Look at the execution score, 9, and that gives him first position. To beat is Navarrete Zanetti. Dani Pinero Rodriguez from France, again a high qualifier, bronze medalist in the Europeans this year. So he is certainly not without a chance. But a shiny piece of metal.
The French strong on the rings. Different countries tend to excel on different apparatus. And this is certainly the piece for the French. Oh, look at that, dead straight. Lifts the hips into a straight line. Moving from one strength element to the next. Needs to mix it up a bit with swing now, and you can see him just holding the position to get ready for the swinging elements. Shows us that hold again from a different entry. Really phenomenally strong work. Holds that at the top, swings on beautiful straight arms. And again, fighting a little bit, up he goes, that full, oh, and what a shame. He just was a bit overconfident, flared those arms out.
Slapped his thighs in disgust. The coach is not happy either. That was going so well. What can you say except what happened out there? And they'll go over it and over it and over it. The result will be just the same. Some lovely touches in this routine. He made sure that is the inverted swallow. It's a crazy move, and he did it well. Keeps his shoulders well down to set up that. What a combination that is. The inverted swallow and par excellence. There's the regular swallow, just turn it upside down and you see the boat skills.
New Jersey, United States.
Just like that.
25-jarige man uit New Jersey in de Verenigde Staten.
And that is curtains for a medal chance. He's so angry with himself and with the world, I'm sure.
Bij de laatste act van vandaag dit toestel.
14.566. Dream over for Dani Pinero Rodriguez.
Well, when you're talking about deductions of 0.1s, 1 whole mark's big.
Navarrete Zanetti in front of Balandin, and Aid Said keeps the French hopes alive. He's in third at the moment, but some 3 routines still to come.
Brandon win of the USA. That is really impressive. And again, swings to it. Toes lovely and high, important to show that straight line, not a dip. This guy is showing us phenomenal strength. See the muscle definition in the shoulders, the power that's needed to perform these elements. He's really made sure of every hold. Every hold has to be at least 2 seconds, and he's made sure of that. A little bit soft in the back on that handstand. Up comes the swing into the dismount, the full twist in the double straight.
That was so important to him because there were errors. That coach goes crazy every time. The Americans have got, that's their favourite. Have a look at this, a little victory waltz, but it's premature, surely. He qualified in third, and that really was a good routine from him. To nail your dismount on top of the strength is the ring worker's absolute dream. Very rarely get both going so well, and he did it. Look at that, the nerves shaking, but those inverted crosses were superb. Absolute straight line. And here, the first position in. Very, very good work indeed. Look at that, rings turned right out. Here we go, the big wind-up. And his dream, he kicked it out. His dream is still very much alive. Round the win. Oh dear, oh dear. Remember Lever's father and the high bar celebrating. Well, this is exactly the same. A little cheek.
Yeah, we've missed him this year, haven't we? He's had a bit of injury, I think, and not here for the USA team.
Now then. Dearly love, a 15.8 plus. He got 15.7 in qualifying. Two very good gymnasts to go.
Well, big start, scoring, qualifying, difficulty of 6.8. Everybody's looking intently.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's not going to be a country mile away because that was a good routine. And like it or not, the judges love to see a nailed dismount. 15.666, he's into third. Difficulty at 6.7. So there we are. The leader at this stage, Arthur Navarrete-Zanetti. It's anybody's game. There's still two very useful ring specialists to come. And the win, you might be a little bit disappointed. Liu Yang, top qualifier. 15.866. He got a look at that inverted cross. Broom handle straight through and across his shoulders. And again. In the northeast. Oh, that's a lovely transition. In second, immaculate inverted. Double mark. And into the Honda to cross. This is lovely work. Another Maltese. So easy for him. Lifts the chin with confidence. Precision and the back up to handstand. Oh, and that little hop forward and deep landing could be the difference. 15.8 is still the target, but that landing, you could squeeze 3/10 of that.
You could indeed. And that was a shame because the actual work on the rings was fantastic. They're all fantastic, Mitch.
They are. It's so precise. Look at that line in the inverted cross. Double tuck, the Yamawaki into top planche. Combining swing with strength.
He's an absolutely ideal physique for a good rings worker. Small, light legs and hips.
Feet well through the rings.
Yeah, and it just really dipped. I mean, they can almost take a 5/10 when your chest right down like that.
How severe will they be? He is about to find out. .633. Fourth, those judges are on their game. You have to hit every skill. Navarrete-Zanetti still in front. One little man to come, and you guessed it, it's orange, will be the colour. And Jordi van Gelder. Been world champion, been silver medalist, been bronze medalist. 2005, 6 and 7. And there's a lot of oranges in the arena just to see him do it, just to make a medal. Carmona, beautifully done. Hits the inverted cross, and watch this. From rear scale into Maltese. If there's a weak spot, it's here, but he keeps it going. No flicker in the top plunge. Circles, little bit of a wobble in the feet. Look at that cross. Yuri Van Gelder so far is precise. Swing to invert it. A little bit high with the shoulders. Now the question is, will he twist in the dismount? He's never comfortable with it, but he'll have to risk it. Oh, and he stuck it! Yes! Yuri Van Gelder took a chance, did what he had to do. And now, at last, after a long time, Christine, as he got back into the medal. Bram van Bakhoven, his coach, is delighted. The little man did his job.
Well, we will see, but when you're last up and you've seen the routines as good as they are, you might as well go for broke, and he did, and showed just what a great competitor he is. Real strength, real power. Like you say, Mitch, a broom handle through the two rings and the shoulders, straight as can be. Tiny little shade off there. But that good handstand up, puts the twist in, has to pipe down a little bit on landing, but he was giving nothing away. And of course, Mitch, I bet you're delighted to see this part of the team that you coach here in Holland.
He's worked very hard for this moment, and there's an inquiry submitted now for Brandon Wynn. But back to Yuri, he has worked so hard for this moment. He's 30 years old now, and he really gave it his best. He's a delight to coach. An excellent guy with a big sense of humour.
And really, Holland very much a country to produce specialists, Mitch. We don't often see them in the all-round competition, but Van Gelder and Zonderland, very much a nation of specialists.
Yeah, they've always had the individual talent. The task now is to combine them into a team. There's a lot of discussion going on here.
Plenty of pressure from the audience, like you said, lots of orange in the audience. We're not a million miles away from Holland, of course. Lots of people made the journey.
Well, whatever the result, Yuri will be delighted. He's down a little bit, 15.533, fifth place. He will be choked. But there we are. He gave it his best shot. Koji Yamamuro, he qualified with a 15.5. Powerful little guy, but if I can say this, there was a dispute whether he was holding his strength pass long enough. Get your stopwatch on it, Chris, and let's see. 2 seconds every time he stops.
Here's the first. 1, 2, I think I'd give that. Mitch says his feet were dipping around. You have to be absolutely static for this 1, 2. Here we are. Is he static? 1, 2. Maybe not. And he squeezes out into handstand, which is impressive and strong. Very nice control on those swinging elements. You can see the feet a little bit low from that angle. If you can see the feet, they're not quite high enough. Fighting well. Pause in proceeding while he builds up into the swing and lift. And again, you just see those feet disappearing. Swing up, hold the handstand, tighten the back. Up into the, double dismount. That's impressive.
Yes, indeed, a double-double. After all that hard work, he didn't hold every strength part, but he really gave it his utmost. Congratulations all round. Yuri there, Coach Bram, who's not looking very happy. Let's have a look. No doubt that this is a powerful little man. There, the inverted cross, tiny bit high, but the squeeze out, so impressive. Double pike, without a pause, little shrug of the arms, and toes are dipping slightly. You can see the nerves. Through the rings on the double-double. Big dismount. 15.5 in qualifying. I don't think he'll get quite such a mark this time, but you never know. Leader.
Oh, plenty of tension down there on the floor, with an inquiry already put in. To make an inquiry, the Federation has to go for it, the head of delegation.
Yamamura, 15.433, 7th place for Yamamura. And there is your world champion, Arthur Navarrete Zanetti. Terrific rings final. Landin has to be satisfied.
We gaan wachten, dames en heren, nog even
Second
op
place.
het resultaat van de klacht van Brandon Wynn, de Amerikaan. We hebben nu wel...
Yuri van Gelder there on the left must be disappointed that he's hiding it. Celebration for the Brazilians, and they have had a great World Championships.
They have indeed. I think it's a little mooted yet until this inquiry is answered. But they have, and this is obviously the road to Rio, isn't it? We're going to see a lot more success from Brazil along the way.
Excellent work. They've got strength in depth too, and this young man is so powerful. Zanetti. Brandon Wynn. Inquiry still on the front burner. We'll see what comes from that. At the moment, if nothing changes, he's going to finish in 3rd position. He's after the silver that at the moment is the property of Balandin. Everybody looking. Inquiry rejected, so the situation, status quo.
Brandon Wynn is niet weerhouden. Hij blijft derde in het klassement.
Pas de modification. Nous allons pouvoir les accompagner.
Well, whatever, this will be the first gold medal won by a nation other than Japan in the men's competition. And on the uneven bars, it was the first gold medal awarded not to the USA women. So it's a break of their dominance on these two apparatus.
Well, the American coach is still not happy, but come on, you've got to accept the decision.